Hello, welcome back to another YouTube video with the Transfer Portal CFB presented by No Context CFB. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It would help us tremendously, and we are running a giveaway at 1,000 subs. Hopefully we get there soon, but without further ado, Andrewster and I are fighting today. You've got a quarterback, I've got a quarterback. My quarterback is better than yours.
I don't know about that. How about you tell the people who you're going to be fighting for today?
A guy I wouldn't have fought for until 3 days ago when I pitched this idea to you. Spencer Rattler, South Carolina. You've got this, man. You're better than his guy.
Yeah, I've got Mr. Hendon Hooker from Tennessee.
Little SEC battle here between our quarterbacks that we'll be fighting for.
Both are also transfers.
That do be true, don't it?
Yep.
All right,
All right.
man. Make the case for Hendon Hooker.
All right. I'm going to make my case for the quite obvious better quarterback. I don't know why we made this a video because this is completely unfair. This is a 10-8 every round. Might be a knockout by round 3.
Okay.
Let's talk about Hendon Hooker's stats in 2021 real quick. 2,945 yards. Not amazing, but we'll talk about why that's better than Spencer Rattler. One of the biggest things with Hooker last year was he had one of the best touchdown INT ratios I've seen in a while. 31-3. That's a 10.33 TD to INT ratio. So he throws 10 touchdowns and he hasn't even thrown a pick yet. That's pretty dang impressive. You want to protect the ball as a quarterback. 68.2% completion percentage. Not amazing, but it's also not like a 60. And one of the biggest things with Hendon Hooker, he's a threat on the ground. 167 attempts, 620 yards, 5 touchdowns for the Volunteer. Definitely better than Joe Milton. We won't talk about the end of that Ole Miss game. A lot of golf balls and a lot of running out of bounds with 0 seconds on the clock. Like I said, he's got a much higher upside rushing. He's also had these types of numbers against better defenses. You know, Spencer Rattler, until this point, has been playing Big 12 defenses mainly. And Hooker did this against SEC defenses, including one of the best, if not the best defense we've ever seen, being in Hendon Hooker's division. That's pretty dang tough. And he already has a year in the system at Tennessee. I don't know how the heck we made this a competition.
First off, the whole Big 12 defenses thing is done with. That is such an overrated agenda now. There have been multiple programs that have been stifling on the defensive side of the ball, including Oklahoma State and Baylor, just to name the top 2. But anyway, let's talk about Rattler. I believe in him. I'll say it. I believe in him to have a really good season. It's not just because of him. It is because of the supporting cast that he has. I'll dive into that. But let's start with this. The peak of his football career was in 2020, that pandemic season. Redshirt freshman, he bombed defense is for 3,031 pass yards, 28 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions. 67.5% completion rate. I would like to see him cut down on that interception number. He does add that dynamic running game as well. What I love too is that he's reuniting with Shane Beamer. He shocked a lot of people when he committed to South Carolina via the portal. He didn't shock me. I kind of saw it coming from far out. I was thrilled it happened. Shane was obviously on OU staff from 2018 to 2020. He was able to work with Rattler for 2 seasons. Those two have a good relationship. Even coming with them from OU is the 6'6" tight end behemoth target that is Austin Stogner. You know that's going to be a really good red zone target for Rattler. 26 catches for 422 and 3 touchdowns in 2020 with Rattler. He's gotten better. Those two are going to work well together. But just going back to 2021, OU struggled to put away inferior opponents, right? Tulane, Nebraska, West Virginia, Kansas State. They could not put the nail in the coffin. Rattler completed the vast majority of his passes that season, but the offense wasn't scoring at a high enough clip. The fans desperately wanted to see Caleb Williams. The fans got their wish. Rattler was out. Rattler's getting a chance to redeem himself. It's the first time in his football career that he was truly not the guy, right? So now he's got this chip on his shoulder, a lot to prove. And that's part of why I'm betting on this kid, because I think he's going to respond to the haters, the criticism, the doubters with a huge season. And just again, speaking to the talent around him, my guy, Antoine Wells Jr., and Drewster. That's an NFL receiver right there, is it not?
It is definitely an NFL wide receiver, but we also have to talk about the NFL wide receiver that's in Tennessee right now, Cedric Tillman.
Yes. Do you want to talk about Tillman?
I could, but I do want to keep this a little bit more focused on the quarterbacks, even though situations do matter. You brought up how the Big 12 defense agenda isn't really as strong as they used to be. And while I do agree with that, you brought up two teams in particular, Baylor, Oklahoma State. Spencer Rattler did not play against Oklahoma State, and he threw 6 passes against Baylor.
Those
The,
are
the Big
dots,
12,
aren't they?
the Big 12 defenses he went up against, where he played a good amount of snaps. We can count the first half of Texas. We know Texas defense isn't good. Kansas
Dreadful.
State, Kansas State did have a good defense last year. I'll give you that. 22-25. That's a good game, but also you should be beating Kansas State by more than 6. You go up
Mm-hmm.
against a West Virginia team, you put up 16 points on them. Completion percentage was good, but I mean, 16 points on West Virginia, you got to be better than that.
I
And then
agree.
you have
Another solid defense,
and then you
but
have
still
the
bad to
non-conference
totally
games.
score
But
some.
I mean, I'm not going to talk about was it West Carolina? You should be
Yeah, it
murdering
doesn't matter.
Tulane. Tulane was not good.
No, that was a terrible game.
I don't care completion percentage, touchdown, yards, how many times did you throw the ball? If you're not beating teams that you are significantly better than by a large margin, this is the conversation we had last year about Cincinnati. Cincinnati could not put teams away. Oklahoma couldn't put teams away. They just happened to lose games because they were in a tougher conference.
Mm-hmm. I really though, I really believe that Rattler is going to be able to go out there this year and succeed in the red. So put more points on the board, finish drives a lot better than he was at OU. Antoine Wells Jr. is a phenomenal receiver. He is extraordinary in the red zone. That's going to help him a ton. That's someone that Rattler is going to look for often. Jaheim Bell is a versatile weapon at tight end, one of the most talented tight ends in the country, a super utility guy. He's going to help in the red zone too. Stogner, red zone guy. How about Josh Van? He's a legit threat too that makes 50-50 balls look like 90-10 balls. Another guy that's going to help Rattler out tremendously. These aren't just good pass catchers. These are safety blankets that will bail their quarterback out of bad situations. I truly believe that Spencer Rattler is going to succeed. He's a confident gunslinger that makes tough throws in a variety of ways. This supporting cast would make any Power 5 team ecstatic to have. He's made plenty of tough throws in his career. He takes what the defense gives him. He's going to be able to throw strikes all over the field. And I think he's going to make his pass catchers very happy. They're going to make him very happy. I think South Carolina is good to win like 8 games this year. I really do. I think this offense is a huge part of that.
I can't disagree. I do like South Carolina's team, but I'm definitely more on the side of Hendon Hooker. I do want to ask you one question. Do you have any concerns about the maturity of South Carolina's quarterback this year?
Yeah, how can you not?
Yeah. I mean,
Gamecock country, let's ride.
we've all seen the clips. You have to have that worry in the back of your head. We haven't seen anything like that from Hendon Hooker.
No, but okay. I guess. I mean, speaking to Rattler, those high school clips, like, yeah, those are disgusting. Those are gross. You have to hope that he did mature and got away from that. And maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe that comes with now being rejected by OU, the school that was obsessed with you for a year, and you're not the guy there anymore. You're now South Carolina. You've been rejected, chip on your shoulder. You can realize I've got to put everything in the football. I have to put my 100% trust into my team. I have to be there for them. They can't just be there for me. You got to spread the sugar. You got to share the love. Maybe he learns. That's just something you got to hope for. I can't really speak to it. I'm not at South Carolina, so like, I can't do much, but maturity levels, you'd hope that they're better. Yeah, obviously.
And then I'll give you one more question about Rattler. He's going from the Big 12 to the SEC. Now, we understand Big 12 defenses aren't as bad as we talk about them to be, but the SEC defenses are insane. He's going to be in the same division as Georgia, and he's also going to have to play Clemson because, good old South Carolina rivalry. How much do you worry about his INT percentage? I mean, he threw 5 interceptions in maybe 5 full games, whereas Hooker threw 3 in, like 11.
Mm-hmm. I do think interceptions are worthy. I'm not going to deny that. But being in college for what is this? His 4th year now? Is that how math works?
This is
No,
his
it's
4th year, I
third
believe.
year.
No, it's his 4th year. Didn't he
Sure, I'm
redshirt
so
in
bad
19?
math. Yeah, I meant playing year though. So
Oh, yeah, third playing
yeah.
year.
Okay, so you're hoping that with growth and obviously just getting better that you are and watching film and studying things and learning from coaches that you trust and believe in, like it's something that you would think a potential first round pick that may still believe him to be could cut down on that and put it all together. So there's a lot of hopefulness on this side of the battle, right? Whereas with Hooker, you might really know what you're getting. He's an older quarterback, very mature, been through it all, bombs defenses on the weekly. And then with Rattler, there's a lot of uncertainty. Playing Georgia and Clemson is not fun. I get that. But I'm not going to act like, just speaking to the SEC defenses, that they're all high and mighty and so much better than what he's faced before, aside from a select few. Like, there are SEC games that have a boatload of points, and this South Carolina team is going to score a lot. I'm not worried one bit about the offense clicking and scoring. I am worried about, like you said, maturity, because that's a huge question mark. And if he could cut down on silly mistakes like a few awful interceptions. If you clean that up, you're going to have a stellar season. That's all I know.
Sounds like you're saying a lot of ifs. And
It
I'm
does
arguing
depend on a lot of ifs. It
it
does.
does,
It's a
but
high upside play with high risk.
with Rattler, you have to depend on something. I depend on Hendon Hooker. He's dependable and he's talented.
Mm-hmm. And we'll find out who does have the better year when it's all said and done. But I like betting on this high upside option. I like
I would say
betting
Hooker
on
also
that.
has high upside.
He does. He does, obviously. I'm not denying that. I'm saying this one as in Rattler. Like, I truly look at the South Carolina offense. I see explosiveness everywhere. I see NFL player. I see 4 future NFL pass catchers right off the bat with Stogner, Bell, Van, and Antoine. Like, they're an elite receiving core. It's just scary to think about what a quarterback with Rattler's talent and skill set could do with them.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. Rattler is definitely talented. I just think that Hendon Hooker is better.
That's okay. Again, we're gonna find out shortly.
Yeah. And I just think that Hendon Hooker and Spencer Rattler, yes, you can argue has a little bit more arm talent. I still love Hooker's arm. There's nothing you can say bad about Hendon Hooker as a rusher. He's a great mobile threat. I don't see that too much with Rattler. Like he can make plays with his legs for his receivers, but if he needs to get upfield, we don't see that too often.
I would say I would look for him to scoot a lot more this year as opposed to throwing that risky pass. I think that comes with more understanding of the game as well. As I've alluded to a few minutes ago, I think he'll take more yards on the ground this year too.
All right. So you have Rattler, I have Hooker.
Yeah, and I could say Gamecock country, let's ride. And you've got nothing for that yet.
On top of Old Smoky. Yep.
All right, man. Nice singing.
Thank you. We should probably end it there.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate everybody for watching, listening.
Well, you don't need this.
What do you mean?
Let's end it there. I thought you literally meant let's just end it there.
No. We have to have a formal conclusion to the video. We are on YouTube.
A lot of bloopers on this one, huh?
Yeah, we might just keep these all in. This might just be one recording. If you're on YouTube, which you are, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, join that $1,000. No,
what is this recording, man? Oh my god.
cut that. I'm so sorry, Andrew and Adam.
Oh, now he doesn't want to keep it in. Okay.
Okay, well, we can't say $1,000 giveaway.
All outro. Who's the better quarterback? Hendon Hooker? Spencer Rattler. We'll find out, or you might already have your conclusion at this very moment, like Andrew Stur does.
It's Hendon Hooker.
It might be Spencer Rattler if you're on my side. We have to wait and find out. If you like this video, though, please make sure to like and comment below. Please comment who you think is going to have the better 2022 season, Hooker or Rattler. Let us know.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a great day.